Hey guys, let's make this delicious Oreo brownie dessert that is gonna be a hit when you make it for your family. To make your brownie mixture, you can either buy or make it at home. I'm using the store brand and it requires a little oil, a little bit of water, and 1 egg for the half box. And I'll go ahead and give it 50 strokes of whisk, so everything can be well combined and mixed to perfection. And that's what I'm doing. But if you choose to make your own brownie mixture, you will need your favorite chocolate, either milk chocolate or dark chocolate. And you're gonna melt this and add nice amount of flour, baking soda, and stuff to make it all incorporated. And you can skip the egg this process and just make your chocolate as your butter to mix your flour and cocoa powder. I went ahead and mixed my brownie mixture here. This is the brand that I use, and I use half of it. So go ahead and mix it up and make sure everything is well mixed and nice and thick to the perfection that I want. If you make this batter wrong, your brownie is gonna come out wrong. So you have to make sure you're on the measurement and you're doing everything accordingly. And I'll mix it up and make sure it's mixed to perfection. It is beautiful, just like how you see it in the video. I couldn't believe this dessert was easy to make. The only thing that took longer was put it in the refrigerator to let it solid a little bit for a couple hours. But I left mine overnight because it is a New Year dessert. I went ahead and put it in my pan. If you have a small pan, you can use, but this is the pan that I have. This is my brownie size pan, so I did the half mixture in there. It was perfect how I want. I wanted it. I put my butter straight into my pan. This is 9x9 pan, and it's perfect for a full mixture of this brownie. So keep that in mind. This is a half mixture, and I tap it a little bit on the bottom to make sure there's not air bubbles in there. And I went ahead and put it in the oven for 180 for 20 to 30 minutes. It depends on how moist you want it. And I let it cook and did it all 10. So once I put it in the oven, I went ahead and grabbed my Oreos because that is the man in the game. And I have here my regular Oreo, the white Oreo. That's what I call it. And I went ahead and take the biscuit and the filling apart. And I put the filling in a separate bowl. We're going to be using it once we are ready to mix our butter for the filling. So I went ahead and did this step and make sure I took all the filling out of the Oreos. This is the man of the game. So this is it. Half side the biscuit and half side the filling in there. I went ahead and put it in a Ziploc bag. You can either choose processor for this step, or you can do it just like how I'm doing. I have food processor, but I chose to do this because I didn't want it all blended. I wanted some crunch in there as well. So I went ahead and crash it to the perfect smooth that I want texture. Yes, that's the word. My toddler is disturbing me. If you watch until here, thank you so much for sticking with me. I'm just running around my toddler making this voiceover, and I went ahead and used a roller to roll it to make sure it is to the perfection. And if you want to make it as smooth as you want, you can do it. There's no formula to it. It depends on how you like it. And this is how it came. I'm gonna put it on a plate and show you. There's a lot of chunks in there, and that's how I want it. Perfect. And I have here my filling inside my Oreo that I took the cream and I added heavy whipping cream, and I'm gonna be whisking this till it is nice and fluff. You can use a hand mixture, but I prefer to use. This is my first time actually whisking something with a whisker to make it all fluffed up. I use the hand mixture all the time. You go ahead and keep whisking Just keep on mixing the filling of the Oreos with your heavy whipping cream to make sure everything is nicely incorporated and everything is nice and thick so your filling can be nice and beautiful. Once you put it in, you can choose to use just the milk, the whipping cream milk, so you do not have to have a different color to the filling, but this taste is so amazing. And at this point you can skip any sugar, but if you're gonna add sugar, you have to add a powdered sugar instead of granulated sugar. Just powdered sugar, like 2 teaspoons, to make it extra sweet, but you can skip it. But I added 2 teaspoons of powdered sugar to make it extra tasty, and the powdered sugar acts like a fluffer. It makes it more fluffier. If you understand what I'm talking about, it makes it extra fluffy. If you want it extra fluffy and almost feel like you having whipped cream in your mouth, that's how you want it to feel. So I went ahead and whisk and mix here. It was nice and thick, and look, I made it so nice and thick. And here my brownie was done, and it was ready to transfer it onto my chopping board so I can cut up the shape that I want for my pan. I didn't have any square pan, so I was using my glass bowl that I was gonna keep it in there so you guys can see how it looks from the inside. So that is how I did it. My brownie was nice and done, beautiful, and I cut it to the perfect shape into my shape oven glass. And here back my mixture, I'm gonna mix the powdered sugar last to make it more fluffier. This powdered sugar is gonna act like a fluffer. It makes it more loose, fluffer, but not watery. And it is well mixed and done. And I have here my brownie, and I'm gonna be putting my whipped cream on top of the brownie. And make sure you put it everywhere. Make sure it covers the whole brownie. And if you want this part much more higher, I didn't want too much, so I went like perfect amount that I was looking for. Not too high, but not too little, so everybody can get to enjoy both stuff. And look how beautiful it looks already. I made this last night, the 30th of December, and I'm bringing it for the new year so it can be in the fridge and make sure it is solidifying more. That's why I didn't cut it in here. I made a smaller one. And the man of the show is the Oreos. Is the top layer that you're going to be putting before you put it in the fridge. Beautiful. It makes it look so beautiful, and you can put as much as you want. There's no limit because this is going to be layers and layers of flavor. Once you dip into it with your fork, it's gonna be layers and layers of flavor, and that's what we're going for. This is an easy dessert that anybody can make. And look, I have my brownie on the bottom, my whipping cream in the middle, and a layer of crushed Oreos on the top. This is gonna be a hit. I made a smaller one and my husband couldn't get over it, and I'm sure you're gonna enjoy it too. You put it in the refrigerator for at least 2 to 3 hours to make the whipped cream thicken a little bit. And this is the next day. I took it out to show you so I can finish up the video and upload it for you to make it. You can make it today, the 31st of December, so you can enjoy it tomorrow. That's my toddler coughing, but this is the end of the video. And the smaller one that I make, I dip into it so you can see how it looks. Brownie, filling, and Oreo on top. This is how your dessert is gonna look. So make sure you make it and let me know in the comment section. Love you all.